Hari Om everyone, and welcome to another session of stories from the Bhagavatham. So today is the sixth story, and it is the story of Daksha and Sati. You all must have heard it or seen it on the television. So let us just go through this story. So we all know that Swayambhu, Manu, and Shatarupa, we had seen in the previous stories of Kapila also, right? That Swayambhu, Manu, and Shatarupa had 5 children, 2 sons and 3 daughters. Out of the two sons are Priyavrata and Uttanapada, and then the 3 daughters are Akuti, Devahuti, and Prasuti. So we saw that Kardama Maharishi, he married Devahuti, and that is how we saw the avatar of Kapila Muni, right? Shubhaji had narrated that story. So today we will see who his daughter Prasuti married. Okay. So next, Swayambhu Manu's daughter, last daughter, Prasuti, she married Daksha, a king called Daksha, and he is a Manasa Putra of Brahma. Okay. So now after marriage to Prasuti, Daksha and Prasuti had 16 daughters. Okay. So out of the 16 daughters, 13 daughters were married to Dharma, and then 1 to Agni, then 1 to Pitras, and the last one was Sati. Sati was the youngest daughter of Daksha. Okay, so she married Shiva, and today we are going to see the story of Daksha and Sati only. So first, before we proceed with the story, let us just see the names of the 16 daughters of Daksha and Prasuti. So the first one was Shraddha, then we have Maitri, then we have Daya, Shanti, Tushti, Pushti, Kriya, Unnati, Buddhi, Medha, Titiksha, Hri. Now this list is 13 of them. They married Dharma. Okay. And the names you can see in front of each of them, like Shubha, Prasada, Abhaya, Sukha, they are all the children of these daughters which I mentioned just now. Then the 14th daughter, Murti, she married she is also among the 13, and she gave birth to the 2 divine sages, Nara and Narayana, who later on take birth as Sri Krishna and Arjuna. Okay. And then after that, there is Swaha, who gets married to Agni Deva, and she has 3 children, Pavaka, Pavamana, and Shuchi. And then Swadha. Swadha marries the Pitris, and she has 2 daughters named Dharini and Vayana. And the last daughter, Sati, now, she gets married to Shiva. Okay, so let us see what happens. Now, Sati and Shiva are married. Okay, and Daksha likes Shiva so much, and he is in praise of Lord Shiva that I have found such a wonderful groom for my daughter Sati. And Sati is also very happy with Shiva. But on one occasion, what happens? There is a ritual done by the Prajapatis. Okay. And in that ritual, there is a big homa happening, and they have invited everyone. Okay. All the devas, the goddesses, everyone is there from the Devaloka. And that time all are seated there before the Havan begins, and finally King Daksha arrives there. Okay. So Daksha is very proud of what all he has achieved, and his daughter is married to Shiva itself, and he is he is very rich, he is powerful. So he has a lot of ego, pride, and everything within him. He has become very proud and arrogant. So when he arrives at the Homa, what happens? All the gods and goddesses, they all stand and they bow to this Daksha, offering their respects. There are two people there who don't stand up and show their respect. One is Brahma. Okay. Brahma did not get up because Daksha is his Manasaputra, right? So Brahma is his father. But when Daksha saw that Shiva, his son in law, did not stand up and bow to him and offer him respect, he became really wild. He forgot who Lord Shiva was really, isn't it? He is not just his son in law, he is one of the three Murtis, isn't it? But he forgot, Daksha forgot that in his pride, and he got so angry with him and he became upset. And then he said that, he started saying all sorts of things about Shiva, that he is somebody who wears ashes on his body, he wears deer skin, and his hair is all messed up, he doesn't dress up properly, and also he is roaming in all these places like the smashana and all, right? And all his followers or all these bhutas, ganas, all this, they are also not looking very like gods and goddesses. So he starts abusing him, saying lot of things about Shiva. And then he also curses Shiva in his anger, saying that from now on, in all these sacrifices, when we do Homa, right? All the gods and goddesses are offered. Whatever we offer to the Agni, it goes to the respective gods and goddesses. So he says that from now on, any of the offerings will not go to Lord Shiva. He was so upset with him. So he cursed him like that. Now Shiva, he was very calm. He was not getting angry also. He was thinking, okay, this Daksha, he's become proud. They know, right? So he didn't get angry. He just stood up and he was going to walk away from there. But then what happened? Nandi, right? Nandi is the biggest devotee of Shiva. When he heard all this curse that this Daksha was giving to Shiva, Nandi got really angry that who is this person to curse the Lord Shiva? And Nandi also gave a curse now. He gave a curse to this Daksha, that how dare you speak like this about Lord Shiva? Do you even know who he is and what have you done? In your arrogance, you have cursed Lord Shiva. And then he curses Daksha and he says that, see, from now your head is going to change into a goat head. He curses like that. And then they all go away from there. So this happens, and then many years pass away, and then Daksha is just like that. He's keeping on doing all these rituals and everything, and they never invite Shiva and Sati to any of these rituals. Now, one day after that, many years again, there is a very big Homa being performed by Daksha himself. So he has invited everyone from the Devaloka, all the sages, big, great rishis are there, everyone is there. Except he did not invite Shiva and he did not invite Sati also, even though she was his daughter. So what happens now? Shiva is calm, but Sati is looking that it is her father's function. And so what if I am not invited? We all go to our parents' house even if we are not invited, no? She thinks like that. Why I can't go to my father's house even though he has not invited me? So she goes and pleads to Lord Shiva. Can I please go to this, yajna that my father is doing? And then Lord Shiva, he first tells her that don't go where you are not invited. If you go somewhere where you are not invited, your experience might not be so good. They might say things to you which you might not like, or they might not even welcome you. So why you want to go to such a place and experience hurt and sadness? Even though he is your father, you should not go there uninvited. That's what he says, because already he has insulted Shiva, no? So that is how Shiva says. But then she is the daughter and she is also looking at everyone who is attending that function. So she is thinking, oh, how can I not attend my father's function? Everybody is going except me. And she says that, no, I will go. in spite of Shiva's warning, she decides to go to the function. So all this Nandi and the Bhutaganas that are with Lord Shiva, they decide that, okay, Shiva is not going with her, but we will go because she is also our mother. No, they consider Shiva as their father and respect him. So what they do is they go accompany her and they all go with Sati. But when Sati goes there, Daksha doesn't welcome her. He doesn't even ask her to sit. And because of the fear of Daksha, none of the people sitting there, all the great sages, all the gods and goddesses who are there, none of them welcome Sati. None of them acknowledge her. And so she starts feeling now whatever Shiva told her, he warned her, no? She starts feeling all those things. But yes, Prasuti, who was Sati's mother, and her sisters, they welcomed her. But still, Sati was so deeply saddened, okay, that she was treated like this. And she also saw that there is a Homa happening, but then they have excluded Shiva from all that Homa. Okay, they have excluded Shiva and he is not giving offering. So she becomes sad first, but then it all turns into anger. She starts thinking that how come they have excluded the great Lord Shiva who has not done anything? He has not done anything to Daksha. Still, he got upset on his own and cursed. So what she does is she says that this yajna cannot be successful without the presence of my husband, without offering to my husband. So she gets angry and then she walks into that yajna, the fire itself, and she burns herself and she gives her body up. Okay, she passes away, she dies. Okay, now this all this Bhutagana and this Nandi who had come with Sati, right? They saw it and they became so angry because she was like their mother and her mother, their mother is no more there. So they all go and they complain to Lord Shiva. What all happened with the goddess Sati? They all tell Shiva. And then now Shiva gets very, very upset because she is his consort. And if somebody treats his wife like that, and then she also is now no more there, so he gets very angry and then he sends Veerabhadra. Okay, he is also a form of Rudra. So he sends him and he says that now, because this happened with Sati, now you go there and you kill Daksha and destroy that whole yajna. That's what his order is. So now all the Bhutaganas and everyone, all Shiva's followers and Nandi and Veerbhadra, they all go to that yajna and they break everything, they destroy everything. And Veerbhadra also cuts Daksha's head and he puts it into that yajna fire only. He offers his head to the Homa, yajna fire. And that is how Daksha is killed. After that, Veerabhadra and all come back after doing all this. Now, all the gods and goddesses, no, they all also were not supporting, they all also did this to, Shiva, right? They were also keeping quiet. Nobody said that you should not treat Shiva like this. They were all listening. They were fearful of Daksha and they just followed all his orders. So, these Bhutaganas, they not only killed Daksha, but they also were harassing the Devas and Devatas. So these Devatas became fearful of now these Bhutaganas and Veerabhadra. So they all went to Brahma and Vishnu. Brahma and Vishnu were the only two people who were not part of this yajna, okay, because they knew that it is not correct to do that to Shiva. It was wrong on the part of Daksha. So even though everyone else was present there, Mahavishnu and Brahma were not there. So they all went to both of them and they discussed with them, okay, what do we do now? How do we, what should we do now? How to please God Shiva? How to calm down his anger? So then Brahma and Vishnu explained to them that what you did was wrong. So the only way now is to go and apologize to Lord Shiva and ask him to stop all this and bless Daksha also. So then they all go to Kailasha, and there they find Shiva sitting in the form of Dakshinamurti, so calm, so peaceful. Okay, and then they go, and then Brahma requests Lord Shiva to forgive everyone, forgive Daksha, forgive all the great sages who sided with the Daksha, and also all the devatas also who did not support Shiva, and they were also supporting Daksha, right? So all of them, he requested Shiva, please forgive everyone, and please also bring back Daksha to life. Okay. So then Shiva calmed down and he said, okay, this was all done to teach a lesson to Daksha. What lesson did we teach to Daksha? That arrogance that comes with money, with power, all this is not going to do any good for you, right? So even though you are rich, you are powerful, you have to be compassionate, you have to be contented, you have to be peaceful, and you should be the protector of others. No, if you are powerful, you should protect who are weak, who are not as powerful of you. But you should not be greedy, you should not be arrogant, and you should not think that, oh, I am the lord of everything, and I am the most powerful. That is a wrong attitude. So when Veerabhadra cut Daksha's head and offer it into the yajna, what did he offer? It was not his physical head, but it was all these qualities that is not good for you. What are the qualities? Greed, anger, and then arrogance, pride. All these are the qualities that do not help us in life. So he offered all these qualities into the fire and destroyed it, but in the form of the head. So now, after saying this, Lord Shiva said, okay, let us now, Daksha's head is burned in that yajna. So let us find another head for him. So they find a goat head and they put it on Daksha's body. So see now what Nandi cursed. Nandi said that, Daksha, you will be cursed and you will have a goat head. See now that also came true. So one more thing that we learn from this is, Ma Saraswati is sitting in our tongue. Okay. So we should always be careful of what we say, because what we say will come true. So when we know that what we say comes true, shouldn't we be more careful and think before we say anything to anyone? So that is one important lesson that we get from this story of Daksha and Sati. Okay. So with this, we come to the end of Daksha and Sati story.
Shall we get into question and answer time?
Yeah, I think everybody would have listened, Shubhaji. Let us see.
Everyone is ready? Okay. The first question. Who was Daksha?
Ma'am, Daksha was the father of Sati and rest of the 13 daughters,
Yeah. And son of?
and the son of the Manasa Putra of Brahma.
Very good. Yes. So Daksha was married to who? Yes, Diya Disha?
Prasuti.
Correct. Very good. Prasuti was the daughter of? Yes, Diya Disha.
Manu and Shatarupa.
Very good. Looks like everyone has listened to the story very well. Wow. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, Daksha didn't invite who to the yajna?
Shiva.
Yeah, correct. And whose head was severed by Veerabhadra?
Daksha's.
Correct. What head was bestowed on Daksha?
A goat head.
Okay.
Ishan, one request, okay? Raise your hand, okay? Let us give everyone chance, okay? Where is Ria? Ria also can participate.
Where do they go to find Shiva?
To Kailash Parvat.
Okay. Uh, so, as Padmaji referred, what was actually offered as a sacrifice? It was not the head. What are the things that was offered in reality? What is the significance behind it?
All the bad things, just like greediness, dishonor, like greediness, ego, and all the
Arrogance.
arrogance, all the bad stuff which makes you bad.
Yes, correct. Padmaji, you have more questions?
No, that's
Okay.
all. So today everyone has listened to the stories very well, no, Shubhaji?
Yes.
Uh,
Excellent work, everyone.
yeah. I wanted to say one thing, but today is also something else. It's a very special day, Shubhaji, today. I
Yes.
wonder if they all know. Does anyone know what is special today? What is special today? Okay. Okay, Shubhaji is going to tell you what is special today. Let us listen from Shubhaji. Okay.
What is it? It is Narasimha Jayanti today. What is Narasimha Jayanti signify? Let's talk about that first. Okay. This festival is celebrated to mark Lord Narasimha's birth. We know the story of Narasimha, right? It's the avatar of Vishnu, right? And who does he save?
He kills Hiranyakashipu
And protects?
and protects Prahlad.
Correct. Yes. This symbolizes, what does it symbolize? It symbolizes the victory of good over evil and its victory of faith over adversity. And the main thing is it's the victory of knowledge over ignorance. That is what it signifies. And if we believe in Lord Narasimha, he will grant us protection, prosperity, and he will bless us with abundance. Okay. That is the main significance of Narasimha Jayanti. So we will look at where we can find famous temples of Narasimha Swami. I have just listed down 12 of them. This is not the full list. There are a lot more in our country. So if you know any Narasimha Swami temple which you have visited, you can also add to it. Okay. So let's look at each one of them. So the first one is Yadagiri Gutta Narasimha Temple, which is in Telangana. Okay. The second one is Ahobalam Narasimha Swami Temple in Andhra. Okay. And the third one, which is closer to home, which is the Melkote Yoga Narasimha Temple, which is in Karnataka. Then we have Simhachalam Narasimha Swami Temple in Andhra Pradesh. Then we have Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Temple in Maharashtra. Then we have Bhadrachalam Narasimha Temple in Telangana, Narasimha Swami Temple in Namakkal, which is in Tamil Nadu. Then Narsingji Narasimha Temple in Rajasthan. And one more closer to home in Karnataka is Narasimha Jarni Cave Temple in Bidar. Okay. And the 10th one is Lakshmi Narasimha Temple, which is in Ahobalam, Andhra Pradesh. Then we have Mangalagari Narasimha Swami Temple in Andhra Pradesh. And I think most of you would have seen this Ugra Narasimha statue in Hampi. It's supposed to be the second largest statue, which is in Hampi. Has anybody seen that? Have you gone there? Any of you?
Nobody has visited Hampi.
No, ma'am.
Oh, then you should make a trip and visit, okay?
You can even make a list of these temples. You know, next time you visit any of these places, you can ask your parents to take you to one of these temples and see Okay, and then share it with us.
Yes. If you see, most of them are in the area of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. But this Ugra Narasimha statue in Hampi is a must visit. Okay, you guys can go and see. Okay, yeah. Over to you, Padmaji.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to say about Narasimha Swami, Shubhaji, can we? Yes. So what I wanted to say is normally, look at the Narasimha picture that Shubhaji has shared on screen. He looks so ferocious, right? He looks very scary. Okay, but one special thing about Narasimha Swami is his devotee is who? Prahlada, right? And when in the story of Prahlada and Hiranyakashipu, when Hiranyakashipu gets angry and finally he asks, no, where is this Narayana of yours that you keep chanting, right? And then Prahlada is answering, no, that he is in this pillar. But before, in between the time where the Hiranyakashipu asks this question and Prahlada is about to answer, now Narasimha Swami is thinking, because he's a small child, no, Prahlada, he can say any place. He doesn't have to say pillar. How will he know that he's going to say pillar? So Narasimha Swami made himself available in everything in that moment, because Prahlada can choose anything. And the moment Prahlada says that from his mouth, Narasimha Swami has to come out from there. So he can say, he was in the palace, he can say pillar, he can say ceiling, he can say wall. So in that moment, Narasimha Swami took avatara and was ready to come out from anything in this world. So such a soft heart Narasimha Swami had for his greatest devotee and youngest devotee, Prahlada. So see, what is required from all of us? Only devotion, no? Lots of love in our heart for Bhagavan. So that is what as children also you should cultivate. Okay, a lot of devotion to the God. Okay, so yeah. So that is all for today. So let us go to the ending prayers now.